brought in to ask the people that, such as yourself, entrepreneurs, I mean, you have no objection to that whatsoever, right?
No, I don't.
Good.
Bring it up.
I mean, I think entrepreneur is the right word. It's a very hard word to spell, but I think that this gathering here, it's a whole pile of stuff. Let's start out, maybe give what we have, maybe something that we see with the development of carrying that even further, individually, collectively, all the adverbs I can probably muster up at once and just find out what and I'm so glad you didn't say anything like that because I'm not finished. Let me finish what I said. Today. There you go.
Is there a question?
Are you wait a minute. My Southernese is certainly not that bad. You're talking about the. Oh, I know what I think. I know what you said. I think you hear what you said. What, if any, and if not, how much? Now let me say this because this is terrible. In so many ways. In your own words, what, if any, and if not, how much nowadays? A lot. Let's see, the vulnerability, what we have to do, I guess this is the part I think that gets sticky, is that a lot of people, when I say a lot of people, I mean some, have reported that what we have, I guess, really maybe something that we see even more. Is that true?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, do that just one last time. How? No, I mean, your generation is good. It's just so good to be, like that. But I mean, why?
Why do gamification? Is that what you're asking? Or why? I don't understand the question. Can you rephrase it?
Why? That's how
So why get engaged in the gamification?
Yes.
Okay. It's all about engagement. Trying to get their users engaged. If there's one thing that I have kind of taken away from this conference, from the last few conferences I've been in, it's that I find lectures not very engaging. I'm engaged when I interact with somebody in a one-to-one kind of situation.
So if I hear you correctly, you say that my Lord, lady, what we have, and I guess really adds that to another that. Pardon my southern accent, but I mean that's exactly what I'm hearing.
Yeah, definitely.
With this conference and all of the gathering that seems to be part of that, because I mean there's so much of that, what we individual and collective may have that, I guess really looking at it. But having said that, I feel certain that I did. I wanted to make sure that we look in terms of like where we're headed, and also in what we have, and I guess really in terms of that with the group at large. I know that was a lot, but there's just so little to cover.
I think this conference is so forward-looking. It really speaks to the topic that you're bringing up here.
Adam?
Yeah, this is my first time coming, and I found it really interesting that I've been talking to a lot of people, trying to see what they're up to, what they're into, between vendors, between speakers, the folks that have been out here. It's interesting to see folks talking about, for instance, sort of like the cognitive effect of the right type of content, organizing your everything from the technical side to the mental, cognitive side to the production and design of content. It's all seems to be covered here pretty well.
The other thing, I mean, for both of y'all, that was just a whole pile. Very good way. All right, we're talking with Mark, obviously. Mark, give me some below what we have in, I guess, that particular meeting and over the efforts of those, and they put this on the basically what we may see that and then take back from this all of the things or some of the things included in that. A lot, what we have individually and as a group, because that's so much on turning that with content.
Thank you. The theme of the conference is inherent content, and my particular take on this was that content is architecture. Requires a separate thing from content. My contention is that content, properly constructed, intelligent content, is architecture, and that on the web, everything is built on. That's the title of my book that was published last year. Essentially, people don't navigate the web. There is no start here page for the web. There is no table of contents for the web. People move around by the place that around is one page, one particular page, that page around is page one. And the real architecture of the web is contained in that page around. It's impossible to draw a map of the web. It's in any way intelligible. If you look at, if you try to draw, say, a map of all of the connections that exist within Wikipedia, it would just look like complete spaghetti. When you're on one page in Wikipedia, you find very sensible links from one page to another, and you find that you can follow along. So the local navigation of theme pages is really straightforward and clear.
I think everybody out there would probably agree with me when I say, what? It's just so much. That was a lot. It really was. I felt like if you continue, I was probably going to have to finish shaving. But security. All right, as you can see, we're talking about Mike and Mark, and he asked both of them to be over there, and I guess really has it from a meeting like this and a conference to come up with a list of what we have, and I guess collectively and individually too, combining that may be something that we see was about and carry that even further. Is that on the forefront of that, what we have so far?
Mark, why don't you take it? It's not me. I'm sorry, it probably is, but it's not you, is what I'm saying. It might be Mike, but we'll find out. Mike, let's start with you. What differentiates with it, I guess, with the more we have than I can differentiate it's such a word. Yes, thank you. So Astoria Software differentiates itself in today's world by actually delivering content that's above and beyond the normal space.
Wow, now that's heavy.
So most of the vendors here have functionality that's similar to one another, probably about 85%.
So that would make them a cross about what we have, I guess, with the other 15, because you put them together there, they are.
Right. But where we differentiate ourselves is embracing what I call the holy trinity of technology, which is SaaS on demand, mobility, and social media.
And God, what we have, and I guess really the combination of that. Mark, chime in.
I'm sorry, I can't understand your accent.
The other thing that I want to say is that my background is communication also, and my feeling is that there are so many words, and they all mean different things. So what I gather what we have, and I guess really add that to a notion to see another hiding. I didn't know if that was part of this year's program or not.
What was it again that you did as part of the program?
That's what I'm saying. I have just no idea. So I mean, I don't need anything to go back on. But I do want. Let me ask a further last question because I want to take it. When what we have, and I guess really adds that to a notion about our talk,
Now, I say that because one, I can, and two, I believe it will be tested in time to prove to be true. Well, obviously not. Again, I'm so glad you didn't say anything then, because that's, you know, I mean, what is there, what's left? But let me just close out by asking both of you this. It looks like, oh, I don't know, it looks like I'm going to be brought on board as Director of Communication. Where is a toss-up right now, but I mean, that doesn't matter as long as I, you know, go somewhere. But has that been repeated in what we have, I guess, here? And again, is that me, or is that, I mean, I'm not, you know, Mark, is that any better? I slowed that down a tad.
This isn't going to work for me. I can't respond to your questions if I don't understand you. You talk too fast and I don't understand the accent you're coming from. I'm not familiar with the Georgia accent, so...
And I've never been to Australia, but wonderful.
What was the question?
That's a good one. That's a good one. But Mike, having heard what Mark said, and Mark, that was good. It was but do you agree? I guess is really what I'm trying to say. Or do you differentiate? Mm-hmm. And then the other thing I wanted to say is it me?
Comedy, is it?
Have y'all ever seen a program called Candid?
Yes. Or I think we're being punked right now.
Yes, you're right. You brought it up today. Now listen, now that y'all do know who I really am, Mark, let me ask you this. What was running through your head while ago? What were some of your thoughts, maybe, when I was making no sense?
Well, I thought you might have had a couple of cocktails for lunch. Is that the case here?
What was running through your head? Be honest, because somebody like you, look at that camera. What was running through your head while ago, and I was standing there making no sense whatsoever?
I said I better get down to Scott and tell him that his talent has his head up his ass.
When you started to speak double, it did make me think, well, maybe you've just got a speech impediment of some kind, which would be odd, being an interviewing reporter.
So let me what we have, then I guess really wind down by asking both of y'all this, would y'all agree or would you disagree? That it looks like the time of listening is what we have throughout the rest of the pack.
No.
Yes?
Okay, all right. I told you it would be good. So we're going to do one little quick thing as well. So it won't be as funny, but it'll be very good for the winner of the prize drawing. Thank you, first of all, Dr. Anderson.